In the future of space, we are counting down the hours until we welcome Crew 7 back home. Here is the four-person crew closing the hatch earlier today as they left the International Space Station. They spent nearly 6 months on board performing science experiments and conducting research. Crew 7 is targeting a return to Earth at about 5:50 tomorrow morning with a splashdown off the Florida coast. They are traveling in a Dragon spacecraft named Endurance.
And while we're waiting to welcome Crew 7 home, it's that time of year when NASA and the President ask Congress to fund Reaching for the Stars. News 6's James Sparvero listened to today's State of NASA address and has more on the billions of dollars requested to explore the universe.
So at NASA headquarters in Washington, D.C., Administrator Bill Nelson focused a part of the State of NASA address today on spending cuts on Capitol Hill. This year, NASA is asking for $500 million more than it asked Congress for a year ago. But last year, Congress actually gave NASA less money than it requested, $2 billion less. Nelson, though, still sounding optimistic the space agency will get what it needs moving forward.
It's a result of our advocates in the White House, in Congress, and right here in this building, pushing to get us the resources that we need to reach for the stars.
So diving into the $25 billion budget request, a third of that money is for deep space exploration, like the Artemis program. Now, since Nelson's address last year, Artemis 2 and Artemis 3 were pushed back a year. That means Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen are now expected to fly around the moon late next year. And then the first astronauts to land on the moon since Apollo are now expected to take those historic steps in 2026. By the way, the spacecraft that will land them, SpaceX's Starship, it could launch for its third flight test in Texas this Thursday.
Every dollar in the budget goes towards strengthening American innovation and ingenuity and maintaining our country's leadership in space exploration.
Without being specific, Administrator Nelson said the spending cuts are impacting people and projects here right now. Next year's budget starts in October. At NASA's Kennedy Space Center, I'm James Sparvero, Getting Results News 6.